Welcome back, guys, to another race.
Formula One, the pinnacle of motorsport. With a global audience and drama to match, all the attention is now on race circuits around the world, waiting for the start of the fastest show on Earth. Last year's regulation changes saw closer on-track battles. Anyone expecting a smooth ride from the 2023 season is in for a shock. With a shake-up in the paddock resulting in the signing of several new team principals, F1 is primed and ready to light up the world stage. Team principals will already be talking tactics, boosting the confidence of their drivers and ensuring their pit crews make those box times as tight as possible. With a new era of racing now well underway, more teams than ever will be vying for points, podiums, and a chance at the championship. This is Formula One.
Hey, what's up, guys? aarava here, and welcome to the start of my F1 Manager 23 career mode. And this one is going to be with McLaren, as we are going to be doing a return to glory, looking to take McLaren back to the top of Formula One. I think it's been a long while since I've done something with McLaren, with Lando Norris on the channel. And obviously, I've got an affiliation with both of them. I'm in quadrant with Lando, and McLaren has always had a place in my heart ever since, obviously, Jenson Button used to drive for them. They're a British team as well. And generally speaking, over the years, I've always done a lot of stuff with McLaren, but it's been about a year or so since I've really done any sort of career mode or anything really like that. So I thought now is the time to return back to one of my favorite teams on the F1 grid, a fan favorite as well, and see if we can take this man and Oscar Piastri back to the top of Formula One. Okay, let's have a look at everything and see what we're working with, because in terms of our season objective, it's 7th or above. I'm hoping we can aim for higher, just like McLaren will be in real life. And long-term objective, podium contender, I reckon we're aiming for a lot more long-term. But in terms of where the car is at, car analysis, compare it to other teams, let's go for, I think we go for Ferrari or for Mercedes. So in terms of car performance, ranking on the grid, so we're pretty low. This McLaren is starting off pretty slow, obviously, as it was in real life in 2023, but hopefully, just like in 2023, we can bring some rapid upgrades to this car, because, yeah, Ferrari are quite ahead, 3rd, for a lot of things, 5th place, 1st for brake cooling. We're down in, like, 19th for medium speed, so we've got a lot of work to do versus Ferrari, Mercedes as well, even, our more kind of, recent rivals with Alpine from 2022, we've got work to do. So, yeah, this really is going to be a big return to glory, because we're starting at the bottom and we're trying to aim for the top. So in terms of where we're starting, we've got 11 days till the first race of the season. So not a lot of time, but we're going to straight away get into some car development, I feel. Definitely looking at the mediums. So I'm going to go ahead and make new side pods. I think it makes sense, in real life, McLaren focusing on a new side pod for Lando at Austria, and then both the drivers at the British Grand Prix. So it makes sense for us to also delve into that with CFD and wind tunnel time. The ATR period that we've got is in 14 days. Next race in 11, so we need to use most of these before the first race of the season. So we're going to be quite sparing with how many hours we do. I think maybe splitting it by 3 might be a good way to go. So we've got 5.4, so maybe like, 2.2, 3. Yeah, I think, 2.2 for the side pods. Let's go with that. And then the wind tunnel time, 72, so maybe like 20 odd something. 22, we got, 24, and then 48. 24 makes sense. Right, so that will increase drag reduction, engine cooling, airflow front, middle, and the minimum. Also, this is a new thing in the game. You've got minimum lifespan as well, so the durability of this part, you can actually negate that to try and get some more further performance. So we've got design focus. So the most extreme way I can bring down this weight means the lifespan of this part is only 3 to 6 races, but that is also minusing 5 kg of extra weight in terms of compared to what we would usually add 5 kg basically, is that's the extra weight added on. If we strip it down to 0, minus 5 from where it would be, that's basically going to give us a bit of performance, but also we might need to remake them. They're going to wear out, but I don't know. I think the way might be just to bring these upgrades in rapidly, even if we need to turn them around again over and over. So maybe we go for maybe something in the middle, like, you know, minus 3 kg, so 2 kg of extra weight. Last 4 to 7 races, that's not too bad. And then engineers, we're going to put this on. We're going to put 5 engineers onto this, and the approach. So we got normal, they'll finish the project normally. Rushed is putting extra hours, and intense means you optimize the design at a higher cost. We can't get this iPod done in time for the first race. You know, normal's 25, 17, 25 there. So we may as well go for, I mean, I think maybe normal, intense, you know, get it done for later in the season, but we also earn a bit more expertise. It's going to cost us 3 million, but we've got a decent amount to spend right now, 25 million. Let's go ahead and confirm that. Intense development, the side pod. We know from real life, this side pod's been a massive thing for McLaren. Going to go for a new underfloor as well, pretty big part of the car. We'll go for normal, 36 days. That's a bit more of a long-term upgrade. And then I want to do a bit more of an immediate upgrade, maybe just on like a front wing or a rear wing in terms of how many days it will take. Quite a few, actually. The side pods actually take less than the wings, which is a little bit of a surprise to me. I feel like side pods would take a lot longer than a front wing, but to be fair, also a front wing has a bit more complexity. Chassis 30 days. Maybe make a new chassis then. Okay, new chassis. And I'm going to rush through this upgrade because that'll take only 19 days. So that'll be the one that comes in the earliest for us is the new chassis. Then we've got the side pods, and then the underfloor will come in. So we've got 3 upgrades on the way. We've got no more engineers available. So those are all the upgrades we can do in terms of getting those, getting the research in. Then obviously we have to manufacture those. So now it's just about getting towards the Grand Prix weekend. There's actually other stuff to do though, because we've got pit crew now to try and develop, and we can actually now do their kind of actual planning and development. So selected presets on balanced right now, and so we can kind of go towards what we want to improve overall. So chance of mistakes, what we've got the highest is used tires off, tightening the tires. So I think if we go for the actual, wait, what's all this? So fatigue reduction, car building, pit stop time, pit stop errors. Let's try and reduce errors as much as we can. Raise and lower the cars, wheel guns, so we can really focus on exactly what we want to do. I think wheel gun in general helps a lot, because you need to use the wheel gun to get the new tyres on, to get used tyres off, tightening the tyres. That's quite a nice spread. So I'm going to go for pit stop errors and wheel gun as a training schedule and confirm those changes. Right now, they're well rested. If that gets towards there, we're in trouble. So we need to keep focus on that and try and keep that in a good range. So this is our team then, the IRL engineers, Tom Stallard, William Joseph, Peter Prodromou, Randeep Singh. Obviously, we can do some scouting maybe for, you know, other people in the future, but right now let's just assess how things are, and then we can really know what we need to really focus on. I feel like maybe head of aero, Peter Prodromou in real life is a really great asset, but maybe in the game there are better people to get, maybe to try and poach maybe. And in terms of the facilities, then we've got factory designs. Everything's on level 2 right now, which is pretty good, but we need to step that up obviously in the future. I think it's a long-term investment, so you may as well do one of these right now. I'm thinking maybe we go for the wind tunnel just to boost up the aerodynamic side of this car, because that's where we're really lacking a lot. So 12 million, we've got 20 million to spend right now. I think this is a good investment right now early on in the career. 12 million for a brand new wind tunnel takes 75 days. Let's go for it, spending the big bucks early on in this career. But there's no point waiting around after the first race. We need to be investing some of these things right now, just to not waste time, basically. Right, so we've got different development focuses for the staff, development rates, the development focus itself, and other attributes in terms of morale and stuff like that. So this is for the drivers and also the staff, it seems like. So development rate is high for Lando right now. Balanced, so trying to improve all his stats. I mean, I think there may be more for Oscar maybe to really delve into in terms of overall what he needs to improve. Overtaking, defending, I think things like that maybe. So wheel to wheel. Yeah, wheel to wheel for Oscar. I'm going to put the focus on wheel to wheel for Oscar. I think Lando, he's so highly rated on a lot of things. I think it's maybe better just to balance it out, just to keep everything going up at the same time. And for each of the staff, we can also focus on things. So Peter Prodromou, our head of aero, I'm going to go for aero principles, I think, or maybe even grip and traction, because we need high-speed downforce. Well, we need every kind of downforce, basically, in airflow sensitivity, versus aero principles is also cooling and sensitivity. I think grip and traction is the best one there for us, or maybe even ground effect as well, but that also minuses the low-speed downforce. So let's go for grip and traction there for our head of aero, and then race engineer in terms of what we need from our engineers in the race: communication, feedback composure. So those are just the 3 attributes that he's got. Composure might be a good one. So feedback and composure, I think, maybe, or communication and composure. What's lower? Feedback's pretty good. Okay, let's go for responsiveness. Let's go for responsiveness for Tom Stallard, and then for William Joseph, what we got: composure and communication, I think, is something that we need to do. So again, responsiveness again. And then for our technical chief, he's 77. He doesn't have a face, so maybe this is like a... well, they haven't managed to get the actual technical chief that we've got in McLaren right now. So in terms of scouting, he's 77. So we can get higher. We get 79. Free agent. He's higher than what we've got right now. So I'm going to scout him. We're going to go for some detail scouting, 30 days standard. Let's go for standard scouting. And let's just see what we can get off this guy, Tariq Bassara. Right, we've got a new schedule now for our pit crew. We're going to go on balance now, I think, for the next phase of this training. In terms of the what they're feeling, they're a little bit tired now. So I think we maybe need just some rest before the Bahrain GP, then back at it, more rest before that, and then okay, I think that's fine. Right now they're tired, but with the 2 days rest, I think they should be fine into Bahrain. And now it's time to set our qualifying position. So what can we edit here? Reaching Q2. I'm hoping we can reach Q2. I don't know about Q3 right now with how slow the car's going to start off with. Finishing position or fastest lap. I'm just not going to even bother with fast lap. And then finish position streak is just if we get a streak going, basically.
Welcome to Bahrain, ladies and gentlemen. F1 is back. As we start a brand new season, the slate is wiped clean, and all 20 drivers prepare to make an instant impact ahead of an exciting year. The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. There's now a rookie on the McLaren team, which is both an opportunity and a challenge. Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
Graphically, I think things have definitely stepped up in those cutscenes there. Piastri looked really decent in terms of graphically and the way things are looking. The lighting's a lot better and the actual models as well. So, yeah, good step up from last year's game in terms of visual stuff. Let's see in terms of the actual playing it in the race if things will be maybe a little bit easier to maybe manage and really get stuck into it in the race. In terms of the way I'm going to be doing this series, I think we'll, learn from how we went from last year, skip out the bits that kind of get tedious and get right to the action. So in practice 3 now, in terms of the setup configuration, the confidence, we've got Lando on an untested one right now. Piastri's up to 83, which I'm pretty happy with as a first time going. So we're going to leave that alone, trying to get Lando up to 83 or in the 80 region, basically. He was down in like 68, I think it was, from practice 1 and 2. So we can get them both into 80. I think that's a pretty first good going in practice. And then we can just go delve into qualifying and see how they do. It's going to be a bit painful right now at the start of the season with where this McLaren car is, like it was in real life. McLaren fans, you'll remember how it was at the start of the season, but hopefully, just like in real life, we can rapidly try and improve the results and how we go in this series. Okay, 86%, pretty damn good. Very, very difficult also, because look at that narrow window Lando has for cornering and also the traction and brake stability. So we've actually done very well. Just a little bit out maybe on the amount of oversteer, but I think that's pretty damn decent for our first ever session. So ending up with driver prep of 83 for Lando, Oscar 78 in terms of overall prep. That is obviously. We've got actual setup 86, 83. Just Oscar lacking a little bit of track acclimatization, but that's to be expected being a rookie really. So in terms of, for the first time, starting confidence, a new feature in this year's game, 83 for Lando, 78 for Oscar. That's not too bad. And in terms of qualifying now, let's get into it. It is night time, and let's just wait a second to get some cars out, and let's find some room later on. The track is going to be as green as it would be right now. We'll rubber in as we go on through, but also the temperatures might drop as we go on through. But let's try and find some space for our drivers. There's a bit of space coming up now after Stroll's gone by, so we'll send Lando out first. Get him out there, and then a bit of space here for Oscar. Send him out. Good stuff. Just got ahead of De Vries as well. That's good to see. And let's now ride on board. We've got the visor cam as well. Looking lovely as ever here around Bahrain. Let's see how this first lap is going to go for both our drivers. And I'm hoping we can aim for being out into Q2, but I don't know. We're going to have to see, really. That might be tough with where the car is right this moment in time. Oh, no. Traffic. The Red Bull. Get out the way, man. Get out the way. We're not even racing you. Already a bit of traffic. I don't know what the traffic situation is like on this game versus last year. Last year's very much traffic was a big issue you had to worry about. It could really slow you up in qualifying, as a car definitely went off there at turn 1. I think it was a Haas. Magnussen, no. One of the cars definitely went off at turn 1. I'm pretty sure. Right, let's see how Lando's doing in terms of his lap time, confidence level, impacted by on-track events. Cool. So is his confidence going up? I hope it is. As he comes through to the end of the lap, what is it going to be for our boy Lando? Up into 2.7 off the pace. That is awful. We're even lower than the Alfa Romeo. What's going on there? We're going to need another flyer, clearly. Piastri goes. Piastri, that's a bit more like it. I think Lando, that's the traffic then, isn't it? That was the traffic with the Red Bull. So Lando's going to have to go again. Piastri, that's pretty good, but still behind Logan Sargent as well. I've left it very late with Lando there. He's out now on his out lap right there in P20. Piastri's on his flying lap at the moment, and he is going to improve up to P17. But it's going to be him out of Q1 then, I think. Because that's it. That's his only lap done. And he's on the in-lap now. Verstappen, the reigning champion. What on earth's happened to him? He's in the garage in P19 right now. Massive amount of drama for the Red Bull team. Lando is, I think, still on his out lap, I believe. So, let's just fast forward that to the start of the flyer. And let's get going, mate. Come on. Confidence has been building for green first sector. Yellow the second, though, unfortunately. Lando to the line. 3.4 off. Now 1.9. Both our drivers are going to be knocked out in Q1. It is pain for us. Just like it was IRL with McLaren. It's a horrendous start to Bahrain. Oh, dearie me. We're going to have to do some big work in the race if we want to try and get anywhere near the points, I think. And Lando also got a grid penalty. What did he even get a grid penalty for? I didn't even see where this penalty has come from. Verstappen made it through in the end, annoyingly, so no drama really in the end of it. But we're in company of Logan Sargent, De Vries, and Zhou Guanyu. So it's pain right now. It's pain like it was. It feels like it's the start of 2023 all over again. Okay, I'm going to split the strategies a little bit with Lando and Oscar. We're going to start on the mediums with Lando and go just softs to the end then. Kind of like a late charge halfway through the race. And then with Piastri, we're going to go for softs at the start. He's starting higher because Lando has that penalty down to P20. So if Oscar can maybe get off the line a bit better on the softs, gain some positions, then we'll see what we're going to do on the mediums in the middle, and then again ending pretty quick on the soft tyre.
Here in Sakir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit. Many people here and at home are wondering what the Haas driver can do.
Starting in the top 10 is good, but they'll need to play the race really well to not lose places.
And it looks like we're good to go. Here we go with the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's lights out.
Here we go. The first race is underway. Let's ride on board with Lando. Actually, we're on board with Piastri right now. Let's move back to Lando to see what's going on. Piastri's already lost a position down to P19. It is a very slow start. Bit of a concertina effect into turn 1. Everyone bunching up. Leclerc leads the way, surprisingly, from Verstappen, Perez, the two Aston Martins. We are still P19 and P20. It is it's going to be a very, very long night for us here at Bahrain, I think. Okay, Piastri making moves. De Vries has an issue. He has no front wing. Good stuff. One overtake in the bag. Come on. One overtake because someone broke their wing. It's De Vries almost immediately as the season begins. Is it on Logan Sargent? Oh! Bit of a hefty hit with him, and the heavy breathing from De Vries, that is. That's a nice little feature. Little subtitle team radio. So we're up to P18 and 19. It's an overtake, at least. Come on. Hulkenberg is locked up. Hulkenberg's locked up, and we've got one more overtake in this race. We actually got a second one because Logan Sargent pit. But Hulkenberg with a big lock-up, and we're going to have to take every overtake we can get given to us here in this race, because currently it's lap 15, and I'm not going to lie to you, not a lot has happened. Piastri on the softs. He's starting to feel the tyre wear a bit more because Lando's actually keeping up with him on the mediums. Good tyre wear for him, 74% to 54 for Oscar. Although, to be fair, Oscar's not too far off other soft tyre runners. Like Hamilton's down to 51 there, but at the moment we're just trying to keep up pace with Joe and basically wait for an opportunity where something could happen. But right now, very much kind of like a real life, we are just trundling around here at the back with McLaren, waiting for something to happen. I'm going to pit Oscar now because he's really wearing out these tyres. And we may as well go for the undercut now, I think, to maybe try and jump Joe Guan Yu. So Oscar's in. Lando continues on up to P16. In terms of the gaps we've got, 3.8 to the Alfa Romeo. That could close up later in the race on the softs. And it's a good pit stop for Oscar. It is 2.5. Not too bad. Not too bad. That is the second fastest pit stop so far. And there's a pit stop issue for Esteban Ocon. It's good to see some mistakes here for the AI coming into play a little bit. What's the mistake here? Well, I mean, the mistake seems like his car is not really where it's meant to be. I think he missed his brake marks. So Oscar's P18. He's going well on the mediums there. Lando's just doing his thing right now. I think we can maybe push him a little bit more, and with the fuel as well. Let's try and close up to Joe if we can. Oh, we're gaining. We're gaining on the Alfa Romeo. Lap 19. He's still on those softs. Really going long on those softs for him. We've gone very early for Piastri, really, then, on the mediums. But I think the undercut was going to work for us. I think the undercut's better for us. I think the mediums are working better for us as a tyre. So let's see. We've got battle assist on, so leaving it to Lando to see what he wants to do. In terms of our pit window, it is opening. DRS open here. We've got the Alpine behind us with that pit stop mistake here. Lando can't quite get the Alpha here. Maybe on the next straight. Pit stop issue for Sainz. That's good to see. Right, let's go deploy. Come on, let's get him. Let's get him on this straight. DRS open. Oh no, the Alpine's close to us as well. DRS open. Here we go. The Alpha is moving about, trying to defend. The Alpine not really gaining on us. We're gaining. We're gaining. Make that move, mate. Make that move. On the inside. Yes, come on. Big dive bomb. Yes, come on. Yes. That was an overtake for P13, and I've never been so satisfied in my life. Let's look at a replay. Come on. We don't have many overtakes in this race right now. It is the McLaren Pain career mode so far, so we need to soak in every bit of action we can get. Come on, mate. Good overtake. And the confidence has been boosted even more. Pit stop window's open now. What are we saying on the tyres? How are the tyres looking for you, mate? I think we can carry on for a little bit longer, to be honest. 65% is really not bad. Right, deploying down here. Looking to try and stay ahead of the Alpine. Joe's in. Where's Piastri? That's where Joe is in the pit lane. Piastri. Let's push now. Let's push now. Let's deploy on this straight. Try and stay ahead. And we're staying ahead of Ocon so far with Lando. And Piastri, I think it's going to be close. Joe's there. Piastri's there. Can he make the overtake into turn one? Go for it, son. He's on fresher. He's on warmer tyres. Maybe he can make an overtake and happen now. Meanwhile, Sargent has a pit stop issue. That's what we like to see as we continue to annoy Ocon here. A pit stop issue for Alonso as well. Quite a few pit stop issues for AI here in the first race. I mean, obviously going to be a little bit rusty. First race of the season. It's a slow stop. Something on the jack, man, maybe. Releasing him or just getting out the pit box, maybe. And Lando up into P10 all of a sudden on these mediums. Doing some good work here. Ocon's going to fly by us. We've got no DRS now. We've got no DRS. Ocon overtakes us. We are saving some ERS now. Right, let's keep up with him at least. He was going to overtake us anyway because the tyre wear, he's got 79% on softs. Lap 27, so we're kind of past our pit stop window here with Lando on these tyres. But that's altered because I feel like maybe a one stop might be a way to try and get ahead of people and just maybe do something different in this race. Piastri's kind of in that area where we were at the start of the race, in 17th on the 2-stop. We're just going to be relegated to there if we stick both of them on a 2-stop. So I'm trying something a little bit different with Lando here in the middle of the race. Piastri just going on these mediums, and hopefully he can show some similar sort of good pace like Lando did. I mean, he's staying ahead of Hulkenberg. We're chasing after Joe still. Can he make this overtake on Joe? Going to go deploy here. Let's see if we can get him on this straight. Here we go. DRS. The Haas is right there as well. And he can make that move to the inside. Go on, son. Go on. Dive down the inside. Get it. Yes. Lovely. Copycat move to the one Lando made on, well, the same car, literally, up to P16. Right, good stuff, Piastri. Right, in clean air. Let's see what you can do on these mediums. Right, going to box Lando in this lap because these tyres are going off the absolute cliff. And Tsunoda and Bottas have just joined us, so this is a good time to annoy the hell out of them and come in. We've gone a long way on mediums, and now we can push like a stabbed rat on the hards. Oh, Hamilton spun it. At turn 8 in his battle with the Alpine. Oh, big spin. Big spin. Almost took his teammate out. Now we're half a second inside Tsunoda. Joe up the road as well. And then Hulkenberg, bit of a gap, but some of them are going to come into the pits now. So Norris may join and jump some people. Piastri's fallen away a bit. I think it's time to come in soon. A bit earlier maybe, because we came in earlier on the first pit stop as well. And Lando goes past one Alfa Romeo, I think. No, can't get Bottas. Come on, mate. You can get him on the exit. The Alfa Romeos battling each other. Bottas versus Joe. Can Lando do anything about this? Let's go visor cam and watch this on board. A little bit restrictive on the top frame there. 2.5 for Piastri. That's the third fastest pit stop. We may be in the bottom, but we've got the third fastest pit stop. Oh my word. We go for the move again on Joe. Oh, it's another good dive at turn 1. Up to P16, and that's all we have to celebrate about. Right, sit rep on lap 46. We're ahead of Hulkenberg now, who's pit. So we actually have slowly leapfrog 2 drivers here with this 1 stop for Lando. We're looking good, 74% tyre wear. Piastri's pushing on now. He's a little bit away from Hulkenberg, but we're 5 seconds ahead of Joe, who is the person who we were racing, to be fair, remember. So we've actually done well to at least outrace our counterparts at Alfa Romeo with Joe Guan Yu. Hulkenberg's a bit of a bonus to get with Lando's 1 stop there. And that's really what we've got to celebrate right now, because that's where the pace of the car is. But definitely learning that this McLaren, not too bad on the hards. The hards pushing them really hard is actually a way to go. We've got so much tyre wear there. We did so much good work on the mediums. The softs, really not a great compound. Overheating very quickly. I kind of saw that in practice a little bit, to be honest, but it really came in with the proof here in the race. So definitely I think in future races, maybe avoiding the soft tyre and going for mediums and hards more often to push them harder might be the way to go for us at the start of this series. Hulkenberg's closed up to us now, though, with 7 laps to go. He's got better soft tyres, so it's always going to happen. We are the odd one out on the hards in this entire race. But we're just trying to, keep that track position, basically. But I'm going to tell Lando now to defend. Aggression high. And then let's defend. And let's try and keep Hulkenberg back if we can. Let's see if Lando can defend this. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. We don't have too much ERS in there. I've got battle assist on, so he will decide if he needs to use a bit extra. But the Haas has DRS, and it may be a bit futile. He goes defensive, Lando does, but Hulkenberg is on the outside, and we are back down to P16 and 17, unfortunately, where we have been for most of the race.
Why did it? Okay.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's quite a natural sort of radio from Lando there. Right, in the last couple of laps now, it's all about if Piastri can maybe hold it on Joe to at least stay P17. Lando's asking about a number of laps, but he's 8 seconds now back from Hulkenberg. It was a nice little effort trying something, but clearly 2 stop, 1 stop didn't really matter. This car, this is where it's at. It's a long road to the return to glory, it seems. And Joe's now past. It's going to try and see if we can re-overtake him with Piastri. Come on, mate. Get him back onto the last lap of the Grand Prix. Let's do this thing. Come on, full out attack. Don't care if the tyres overheat. Push Push. Get the overtake. Get that Alpha. On the inside. Come on. No. Gets close. Gets close. Gets close. Okay, I'm just going to stay on deploy the whole time then. May as well push fuel with Lando. He's all good to deploy as well. Yes, Piastri getting past the Alfa Romeo. And he's back up into P17. Not bad, not bad. He's going to re-overtake us, though, maybe. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Ooh, defend that, Piastri. Come on, into turn 1. Keep it. Yes, nice. Lovely. Okay, we even got some decent ERS there. Boosted confidence also for him as well. Onto medium confidence. What's Lando saying? High confidence? Yeah, not too bad. I need to save fuel, though. Oh, my God. Wait, what happened there? Fuel save, fuel save, fuel save. I wasn't watching Lando's fuel for a second there, and it just went from 0 to minus 0.2 and everything. Well, Verstappen wins the race. It's a shock horror 1-2 for Red Bull. Then Ferrari come. The Astons, Russell, Gasly, Hamilton P9, Magnussen into P10. Norris is just about going to limp home, I think, I hope, in terms of fuel. The battery's been drained. We have no ERS left for him. Piastri staying ahead of Joe, which is really good, actually. I thought he was going to overtake us and just do us. And Norris is going to run to the line with just enough fuel to get us to the end of this race. P16 for him. And for Piastri, it will be P17, re-overtaking Joe Guan Yu in the last 2 laps, which is at least good. You know, the overtakes we made, that we were able to make, good aggression by the drivers, you know, so really it's not their fault, it's where the car is at, and this is where the car is. We've got a lot of work to do, but we learned some things. We learned the hard tyres were actually very, very solid, but Piastri as well came back at Lando with the 2-stop there. Both drivers were good on the overtakes, and it seems like it's a bit easier to get the overtakes asserted onto the drivers mid-race, it would seem, compared to last year's game. Battle assist is really quite useful. It's really just a case of for us to enjoy the racing a bit more, is just to get this car better. And a positive for us is we're in the top 3 for the fastest pit stop. Piastri's 2.548 seconds is pretty damn good for the faster pit stop. You know, just slower than Verstappen and Tsunoda for AlphaTauri. And overall, with the sponsors coming in, we make 3.1 million, so we didn't lose out a massive amount of money. You know, that is where the team is at right now. And we just press on. It can only go up from here is the kind of mantra, I think, that we need to kind of embody. That has been our first ever episode on F1 Manager 23 with our McLaren return to glory. Guys, if you have enjoyed it, hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.